100 today. God is our fighter. God is our fighter. God is our fighter.
You've watched Piccadilly?
I haven't.
Okay. Piccadilly,
a beautiful movie.
Yeah, a young man left university. And for several years, the young man was unemployed. He roamed the whole of Nigeria looking for a job. He didn't find one. One day he arrived home and told his father he's found a job. The father was excited and sat the son down to ask him, what job have you found? The son won't tell the father. The father insisted for days. Eventually, the son opened up and told the dad, I want to be an armed robber.
Hey! Oh?
Yeah, I want to be an armed robber. The dad did everything to convince the son. After he failed, he gave his son a 5 and told him, I am a retired, successful armed robber myself.
Thunder fired. Oh, yeah. I see.
Yeah. Okay? But having decided to follow my footsteps, I will teach you the tenets of armed robbery so you can be successful. And he taught the son 3 things. He said, first, always wear a white dress. Always wear a white dress. He said, second, quote the Bible as often as you can.
My God shall supply all your needs according to the riches in glory to Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And third, play gospel music. And when you do, play it so loud, your neighbors know you are playing gospel music. When you are caught, your neighbors will defend you as Kofi.
Then you are not an armed robber.
Yes. Today, we have Piccadilly armed robbers in our financial sector. It's impossible.
Oh, isn't awful day, and you don't have to hide away, yeah. You'll be my boy. Before now it's time to run,
and ebedi komo. Yes, me mawakwaba ubi bia uwaha wo Dr. Rain bia no me mawakwaba. Me slow wa bomodi ana share video no then ko anim ena no pay ewie enwumre me mamu nyina atena se ampa edi no ensesa edi no da so Dr. Rain ensem bebre koso wo wiase ensem bebre no a koso no edoso enunti ena no pay Dr. Rain me de mano ebetum na me de mano tum nso de mekere madwene adwenkyere na mekere no eno nkere se bio me ye onyansani sin obi bia wo hwe me na wo wiase a wo tie me ne What do you say? Mesto, Yamamodiana yen share video no. Already, a Ukraine for 1 month penny. Me wunu say enkofo bebre no ase ada na Ukraine man panyini ede ne ho fole entokwa ni kromafo enya amanfo bebre no na eka ho amanfo bebre no amfa nche me obi bia babia me akwa ba Matilda michiamo ma menhwe nipa odi kan a odi nkan eba eye afidie esuna memfa enidie emfa mambo nyinara chuke ami ni chuke wo UK na ehwe me Bas Tomley enso ewa say Jemima Wotu ewa Winifred. Hey, Winifred is saying, Anna, Kujo fitting so me wa London ata Bamfua ata Bamfua and so me Sanso and a friend is saying Nana Kwame Dow and so me Oba Pacha Oba is saying James and so me Derek and so me Sanso and Yunia yes sister I see you and so so Dr. Ren Evelyn was say Ralph and so was say Nana Kwame Ed Bachman Brown Dina Brown was say Kojo Kusi Ewa Abigail was say Joyce Voma also was say Derek Adua Nana Kwame and so was say Sansona Salvation Godfred for su was Edino Edoso Mambodia Fachem Enyabua Payobi what do you say Yan twas the ending come up and never be brain some be see ewo wiase they be am catch them say fix the country no e dey aba no a oti akiri a eye wo say emebunu no sabio nsam o mo dey aba se yensiesi o man no eye wo say emfa wo ho ene yenua mo ewo Ghana o mo kope adesua wo Ukraine enam say insensem we sisi yenti yenua mo apoka ewo Ukraine ekwan po a ye be fa so e de be fa yenua no ba fie kura no aye asem kese pa de bia se ati ba bi ne aka say fix the country wo de wo tenchen a be ka say emfa wo hu wo tenchen a wadwene be ye wo say emfa wo hu maka kira mo say in the next 10 to 20 years e be ye dini ama the black man to live in Europe anya say abrofo tan tuntum o de bi nye ne sa enya so obroni na be pam black man o enya ne sa na nsem bi to say the ekoso Ukraine and Russia no enu nti ebedu in the next 10 to 20 years no embe ya konno ema ni patuntum so baba betena eya abrochire ye mu bi ni de nyame aso ye daye ye nananum aso ye daye enu nti de ye anu aba betum so fix the country ye nya ye can fix the country Yenua your friend Oliver no odi oka eye empanfo a mo da no Dr. Ren me kan wo bi wa wo hwe me so kan wo bi because ye see fix the country there ye inconvenience no ye ni leader enti obi aka ho bi abusia tie mi ye pa enkomo a me ni wudi no ho se wo ye obi a wo ye badwen ba asem a me ni wo kan yo ho fa kwa dwendwin mu pa hwe ye president Akufo-Addo say oye obi a oye o man panyini a oti afutu a oho and can fix the country for no ye mo fix the country the freedom fighters eti akon ase me mo akwa aba me nua na anu me say wo di birthday we sure say oba ade to won kwandem no di nshira kese na was surprise with wealth good health and honor tiemi mama video we enkwachi say ne de bia ye no enim say ya bro aye 200 there by enkwachi mo tiemi hwe set michia Eric michia mama kan se mi enkyere mo na mo ntie ne ye pa bebi a ye du wa abrabom no ho bebi a ye kɔ no e wa abrabom e wo life mu no oman bi a adwene ne ho and oman bi a fight to protect their country e kuro bia enu ntina na no wotie say Britain for say wo ma free European Union mu enti wo mo nka ho biem tiemio Russia enso sisie ono so aye na adwene say sane tie bia no wono so be so form it say Soviet Union tete no eni ntim kro bia na those days wo mo kan wa no be the Soviet Union no obebo modia no wakwa jinkro na ka no because you see the bia no if you walk alone now you die alone And until one of the also say for them to be powerful, no, and so what in Kurana first, what would can't a Soviet Union, no, and so Modian will bring in Kronia de ever batano. Some crony be not a young Ukraine echo. And then Ukraine for so one for 30 years. And into a moment, some join the Soviet Union because not almost Shemuno, not Ayakayaka, and I want to be in the war. TME, we can't see assumption. The entire I can't face the country. And yes, and then what would tell me, would you Jim now will fight it more than ever. And don't maybe church. And the say, who tell me, we a freedom fighter. They say, we a freedom fighter. Because very soon we are going to organize a meeting, an emergency meeting with all our freedom fighters, with all our Face the Country conveners. We are going to have a big meeting. It is the fight for a better Ghana, a new Ghana, and a Ghana that will build roads, that will build bridges, that will build schools, that will build factories, that will build companies. A Ghana that will give what? Prosperity for all Ghanaians. And if you are not ready to be part of this Face the Country and freedom fighters, man, how will or that? Tiemiye pa. Tiemiye. Baby, I hear ko wa brabomuno. It is about time I a tuntumfo no ya dwene ya ho fa ya ho adwene kese pa. Esi ya dwene ya ho e fa ya ho adwene kese papa. And na hu de ato ya nua no. E wo Ukraine. Many of them didn't come up with Ukraine. If it Andra Bessine, many of you catch them say Dr. Ren, insure pet any biscuit and a medi. Insure any biscuit, Dr. Ren. If you are not because some meti bomb, any, I will assume doctor. Mumba GN. Mukatre and surface the country. Na yen tiasie. Dr. Ren, Mukatre and surface the country, no, na yen tiasie. Afei na bomb no sum ewo masum ewo obi krom ana matiasie ene menua no ewo Ukraine enkomo a no almost me number bi wo ha wo frame me kura no a I get a lot of calls until sometimes na with me receive kakra na ye no insa nipa no wa frame ya na me so we dey ma me fa nipa kro because fire Ghana ni Ukraine. Almost say, friend is saying, got to be a tunnel, be a sin, almost say. It's only biscuit. And the woman say, Dr. Ren, more cancer fix the country, no, and tears you, and tears ye. Timebruno Mutiamono, ye patch out, say, Mabruno, from won't fix the country, Mabruno Muntie. Because freedom fighters, and fix the country. Yen semwa ye kani nyina yen sempa ene omo wa brochiri omo kwa kosua de o omo kosua de na kade na ye ne bone se obi kosua bibi no di ne mudia beboa ne man okoye twede akoto no e de enti na ye ka kyerem se face the country we enti ne ye ka se yen kronim yankwa nkotu bata ama yen de hia ne mankwa ne nam baabi. How many times have you heard it say the sons and daughters of the Brits ever gone about Besiadi? Omo for tourism. The way we live and behave. They are going to come and study the culture of Ghana. How we live, how we eat, how we dine. But yet the Debia no yanam. Yanko America, yanam Europe, yanam China. The same thing that COVID-19 by Ghanaians in China were crying for help. Enkosi daben when siesie wo fia wo manfo so be namte saa tiemiye when siesie wo krom a wo manfo adehia fo be nante saa. Don't get it twisted say wo ti abroche na bia wo won krata one naturalize ya it's enough o debi it's not enough tiemiye when we are shouting face the country. Every freedom fighter and fix the country, you have to be prepared. Because the people that we are calling for the nation to be fixed, no. All that they believe in is darkness. Face the country, no. The darkness. They are sons and daughters of darkness. They don't want the light to shine. Because wherever there is light, there is improvement. Wherever there is light, there is freedom, there is liberty. But those that are leading us, they are the sons and daughters of darkness. Sylvia Michia, Sylvia Mauli, sis, what to then? So when we are shouting, face the country, am I going to say, Sebio, and Rantiabini Maba Webin Omenya Womohuna, Womo Pefem, a yet Facebook Sunti, Anna Sebio, Womo say, and yen CSC were mine. A typical example is what has happened to our brothers and sisters in Ukraine. And I mean, you can say, be out to Ghana when you're full beady. I when you're full beady. And until they be a catch ourselves. So be catching ourselves freedom fighters, face the country for you. Jinaoma, Sebio, and to trust some catch and so what? We don't stand for to trust some, we don't stand for coup d'etat, we don't stand for anything negative, anything that will affect Ghana, we don't stand for that. We stand for improvement of Ghana. We will fight for the betterment of our nation. We will fight and defend Ghana with all our might. Mami Musa was saying, who feels said the echoes were Ukraine and get two Ghana and Po, and there be a Nigerian poor, Sebio Manuda Sumina, and now they ever happen. Do you think that the President Akufo-Addo will be bold and stand up for you like that? Because by now, what my UK for be fan I do UK. See me. Because by now, your president will Giant. And so share the president of Ukraine, the first public servant, was saying me. He has proven to be a leader. A comedian. This is not comedy. He is a lawyer per excellence. Or a lawyer wa being comedy or the I am not here to say, sir, Russia, you're right, I know me are wrong, and now Ukraine, you're right, I know me are wrong. But I'm here to tell you the reason why we have to fix the country, our nation, our Ghana. The reason why. Europe is not safe anymore. Ukraine, Russia is trying to make Europe not safe. But they lie bad. They are refusing to understand that Ukraine is now an independent country. They are refusing to understand. That is the reason why they are going to war. Because per them, and maybe a do ya number some establishing where from saying one more a friend is a base Cuba, America farmer one more coin. I didn't think America for some establishing and then NATO our friends say Ukraine into someone tears because they also don't feel safe. They think that the Western powers are getting closer to them and they also feel threatened. So they have to protect themselves. And if they have to protect themselves, they will go after Ukraine because Ukraine is one of the most powerful countries in Europe. Almost also natural resources. But we don't want to delve deep into the politics of this. I just want you to understand that Africa should wake up. Ghana should wake up. The youth should rise up and demand the betterment of our nation now. We should demand now, not tomorrow. Because tomorrow is not guaranteed for our sons and daughters. Maybe I echo. You have seen it. You have heard it. Ghana for soon almost came about Ukraine. We say, Dr. Ren, yes, this is the Russia for not bang, almost bang capital. Yeah, Doctor, dear, ya tesu say efie, yes, Mumefa play me fire, Musumofa me fire, Doctor, dear, na ye, who catch her and say face the country. Ye will be any way Ukraine, cassette Tiamo, Dr. Ren, Mufa Bonnet. Ghanaians in Ukraine, in Koma, woman, and Ghana for Ukraine. The cassette face the country, you know. And the nation Ghana was fixed up. How many flight private jets by now we are even there in Poland. Oh, by now we are there in Slovakia, thinking about how to bring our natives in Slovakia and airstrip them to Ghana. Babu Sounds planes say what a friend is saying. Ghana Armed Forces. Kokachira woman said Dr. Ren said, how many flights, how many planes, how many Apache helicopters and the Ghana Air Force? Go there and ask them now. Do you know as a Ghanaian that helicopters are yes and tokwesi sebio na oman no yeba kunto kwano kra ye ni dodo no de won mpo Muammar al-Gaddafi from Libya and the beche Ghana for say Ghana Armed Forces force Dr. Remy Bois say Air Force force Dr. Remy Bois, they should come out and say it, but so they will never deny it. Me say who call Ghana Armed Forces the naval base who call Apache helicopters, no? Helicopters. It was given to us. It was, I mean, Libya dashed it to us under the leadership of Gaddafi. And on the chair, it took planes are servicing in free Gaddafi. Oh, Danlad, I don't want to even go into the nitty-gritty whether Russia is right or not wrong. That is why I've given you the little bit of history. Say Russia for no. One say Emrebi Dui, no more cosetu mu base with Cuba, America for more one kind. Sansu no more some person one kind say Ukraine will be a part of the NATO. Into the influence. I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty. I want to concentrate my conversation with the cause I made free Ghana from Ukraine. Ah, my friend. So dear ni betumi ade abo. Yen ko ne kofa Nana Shady. Nana, what you say?
Boko Dr. Red.
Eja.
Motwe.
Nyamiado. Where the what the cost will we say? What Ukraine and Russia? Eja started face the country. Na man for ntiase. Ano pay me wa ha. Me nya course bebre, me kofa course a. Wan Dr. Red. Me edini de osia ma me mbo ewo okenkan nsem bebre me bo a cause mpemfo bebre no anso enim nkwada no edo mko Ukraine dodo no aye politicians mba dodo no aye party full soldiers for ma enya hia for ma na edo mko Ukraine so mko sua de dodo no aye party full soldiers ma tiemie na wa wo hwe me no tiemie omo friend me omo say mo can face the country no afeni atemo ase na ende de baby amete no bomb to abisuro Dr. Ray yeni baby ayebeko ana ya tese o mampanyin ni ekufu ado kra mefa yan a akwa akoye twima mentwi face the country afen na say bomb tutu nkofo bi aso a omo ti ase nana mema wakwa aba na yemfa edon shase na ewia yako Oliver ensensem ochena ma ochena chi Monday what is expected of freedom fighters and face the country na shady media and everybody.
Yo, Doctor, medase na machia wetiefo ne wahwefo na yabefa afidie so achia your friend is freedom fighters fo nyina mu nyina no mo bo edwuma na nanom enka mo na Nyankopon twedi akon so enka mo aya na eya na akoye sesi you know if you are born into a country like Ghana like I say yeji ankasa yedi na de unya bi akoye sesi sa wo ebeto Ghana na kire se ahoto ede ahoto unya bi ene say a place whereby we produce gold. Yewo gold, ewo cocoa, ewo diamond. Ye better also a jani free sanema way nyina ho. Ye jani free sanema way nyina ho. Ye sanso ne nam Libya emu akwantuo emu ohaw. Esanso kopie ewo amanfo man so. Now look at what is happening in Ukraine. Now I can be say I always say in my video say there is nothing new under the sun. Adiwe me ka mafo ntiase me se kwa me nkoma na oye bibi no ya sounds wa ba omo ntiase war has been there, so there is nothing new under the sun, and the things ye hunu dadada no e sounds so be happy no me nua wutie me enti maka some say mo amwo Europe no mo hwe na mo toto mo nneoma e wo fie ye manka ene san eno eda ho no ma eno eye ade a me no mienu ye be kire ye ho. If the country, you know, say onimu say things like this are going to happen, even if unima as a good country, you know, we make sure say we don't know what is going to happen in the future. And then this is coming to Emma accident because unim da accident ebeba. That's a good country as a good leaders, silent and the Ukraine air community America, they are ready to evacuate their people. All the other countries, Ghana, are we ready? And it's a moon share their end. Yes, I know my way. It's an enemy. I say, undi 40 years, I won't be a president. No, so I say, what's our constitution? What's our constitution? People have traveled to say Dr. Ren, I want to find now when you're but what's the idea? Now, what's my president? Constitution, no one will say, won't be a president. These are some of the things freedom fighters face the country we are fighting for. I am a dead. So, I say, after a month for an air, say, I say, now be beyond, oh, yeah, you must inquire some things. It is only man, I free move, a bit free move, a bit back year, Tramano, Dr. Ren, you may just how we are, we say, we are proud of ourselves. And it is a country, good country, right now, me so. I don't even know what to do. The same course I've been getting. Hey, yo, Ukraine, it's only video, it's only matter. Video baby, you started someone see say now will be our brochi UK now Jimmy almost like a camera no more at them because they don't equally think about Ghana. I'm even my bossa into Japan by Yama. The most have a catch it, some say just no say E-Levy now one more kind are you people you better be doing they say in a professional way. Dr. Ren 2 years for pass in the professional way. But say they be a sabeka say we opinion na wutina free ma enkwadawe nanka no say ye gu a obeka ho say E-Levy na ye kan ye bi nti yentua E-Levy na mutimi nkofa ye nkofo ne ba nti E-Levy ba ye no I don't want to insult them doctor na the beka ne say omo hyeden yeah, the some the only thing we can do ebi new say ye be kasa say ye be outspoken say ye be say demonstration whatever we can do to help our sisters and our brothers in Ukraine yeah the beti me no omo beti ya na omo ntie and nti ne ye ka kire mo say now you should channel your energies your help to face the country freedom fighters na ye ka kire mo say eye mo nti na ye videos no eye mo nti na ye tietiem say the be ya wo be free obi man so no ba benya good living ewo Ghana and it's in tintima ye kon nyina yere ya no enti ye me de se we nya sa call say na ye guso ye nja mu ye be koso ana ye tietim na ye be koso so abo adwuma ama o man Ghana me da say doctor as I was sounding about
yes we dey e be kase ye koso ana ye share ni de mu a ye bro 400 de bomba bomodin na share na video no kwach because the enti a ye can face the country no e hu sunsu anso ni bi na akoto ye nuano mu a e wo Ukraine a wo mo pa chew se ye mefa wo mo pa chew se ye mefa wo mo ena nya me ncha de wo mo so o mate ase se face the country na ye ka no ene wo mo na support ye no wo free wo fi e be fi a wo mo bo hu de ro kese pa magana fo nyina ate ase se freedom fighters face the country for Oliver Baka Vomawo NA or Defiasi because of CSCS your crony ya baba bechina to move NSMU Maka Kotina baby na bomb air to for my dream. I fed the musu. You best know about the Acadian and Pose or Becca Ghana for Akuma. Now I'm paying for Akofama. Now, please, the cry when he near the Kofamo. Yeah, please, I got down with the Demai. Into play where crap came here. I'm sure was Safu Kantanka was so timid not entering joining your ma and give it to baby and so yes, there be that young pen who Chimmy. Oh, you know, cry away there. Ontiasi. Na Monday, yes, you made the Cassibi Ewo. Yenua Oliver Baka Vomawo. Free Oliver. Monday dear no bet me a actually ya pam for ne ya be a chita for our moshe.
Yo doc my son so adase na me hu say freedom fighters yamba no so egu so a Sylvia so Rocky so Danlade Ibrahim so emba ni nyina egu so ye be chia mo na yakase mo nkoso enhye na mo comment na mo target ye nua no mu nyina ye be chia
obi say edina boy Sylvia pen ye bo bad day one bo ye Edufa TV one bo Joyce one bo friend say Matilda o just say dog
Joyce also yes sister yes, Oliver sister so you bet no achia ne papa. Na doc Poppy no send me message bi. Na me ko read it. Na say a Facebook link. Me ko click so na me read na or kire say face the country, face the country, face the country. No, yensha baby as see ama ne bano akwa akopie. And if it is about other matters, he give us free saying the young person name mono anka E-Levy no anka yenjaika. Where are we? Face the country. Now he is what? Depressed. Ne papa SNA message. We now make our video so asa catch red Joyce and then the papa in the bush for say face the country, share this media. A friend is saying freedom fighters, ye jam with chidi and jam with chidi ochina. Sister Joyce, catch a poppy, yekoho na ye bibia na yere den ye de beto yekoho ama yeji Oliver eba top ama ye ni Oliver edi nkomo papa ne ka asem bi dana yekoho court no oka kire yen say now he believes in the new Ghana and we should go ahead now as it is here no say wa check account no ma or yes style Poppy Joyce friend is saying Oliver ebusu I be say ka kire mo say if there is somebody who is a living legend and a hero it's your son Mobano attested democracy wamaye hu say during that time na amanfo kan bi o abronya be kan bi amanfo keka bi na emomo no emra no ne o mandi na eye den na monko amoba mo wo ne baaye akoka bi de hwede emra no ede ne eye. It took only Shatawale and see 31st night obi antimi hye nkwase akom e beteki obano ama see youth na yebano the new generations na yebano e be hu say in Ghana democracy is not working and the law favors many people. He has tested democracy and the law in Ghana and Africa as a whole. We are going to support him today, tomorrow, and forever. Make sure I say, Oliver. Men serving work, court work, and friends and prison work, because only the ABA men or Jimmy Di Medemana obedi. Your son is a hero, and they are going to free him for us. Nekwa and say, Yedinkai koye na yamani 2 weeks. Baby, I didn't call ye no pono. Minia, the yatin say, oh, ye ma bail. Now, be some here fracata, man, almost punishing. But whatever being the case, lawyers ever on man, and I'm air cow on while we need your dog, also ye, Juma, only international lawyers are more connected now. Mabuama Bibia, Apostle, Mr. Ramo, 28, Monday, or Chinechi, a Shaman District Court. Mr. Ramo, I am a Kabibi say. I'm glad that you are many example because I'm a man ni matia wa ya magana ni pe ya baba konfu buye as I yes of say bu amount for name no if Agrada is arrested people pull up I want to continue free and running same and answer please for any same but they just want to show love to her say oh for how come say somebody like Oliver Minia freeze the country airport ni na no me make us a backbone Oliver because Obuasi say sebi ye baba ye ananka one sign ama ya anka ye allow ye takura de ye baba ye anka ye lawyers amoma sign within tintima akra de it faces e wo de na emumu no ono no sign no and ma police but Oliver is not Minia onya obi sa it frees the country and I'm the third force. I'm out for third force. No, Oliver is the backbone, my sisters. Oliver is our backbone, my brothers. Only the bucket was I see a sergeant in him. Somebody who is fighting for Ghana or a lawyer or in the UK. And from or the lawyer not to walk. Charlie. Oliver is not somebody. Now you himself Orbano or the BB, but because we've seen it. People who have been to the prison, like the Mandelas, like the Stephen Bikos, like our own Nkrumah, and when they come back, a new thing, and I say it brings joy to the people. So we are going to stand with him. It is 28. Minia, come and show love. Wait any demonstration, wait a march to show support. The country say enya ononkwa anayede enenam enya ononkwa. It's wa Ghana. Maybe I will be a minia bra never support it. Who repair Safaka never call fee. Mumbra name better anichi. Untimi emba 2 things in cash and in kind. Iki something what me suman ba efri them say ombra na ombra mbechinem oyoba obeba o abrochi untimi mba. You have people here just tell them sexually o dem musika say kofa bas ne ko support e we any demonstration is just a match. Now let's be clear over here. Let's me use my own people as an example. Me freedom fighters in Penyin for Dr. Ren age na one corner. Now we fire age na one corner. And I think say sugar drop. And I don't know. Ye free ye na minya bas e free of wasiaba. Na ye impromptu. na ye hia sika e de afa oboase for na ba me so me wa kra me organize passes e wo say me mpanyin mfo yi omo ntimi mba me freedom fighters for na me call masem no after me anadwo no urgent meeting me say dog na de na anadwo bi mo ndaye David bosu na car no aso ana sika na so me say ye bobo me nya bi o David ene anadwo ya ye be gina so ama sika opesen. You see what they did? They cannot come. But what they did, no show say, if they are here, it is the same. It's a bit more the internet and also more abrochi and no win to me, but no be the two matem and a moyan bema mumbra me kana mekabi. Now be so be fa de kana mushi sabrochi na bra there be. Yomo ye ya no me say dog. 7 million or say no their mommy. Mumfa so no mumfa for bra. That shows that even if they are not there, they are with you in spirit and they are with you in cash. More of us can have me. I can't miss me, Papa. It's me one of me, and even though I am on the field myself, you know, most of the day, it's a killer's day for my back, nobody for Russian, and yet was a pope if you don't fight it for also come. Like it's a moon say, it's your mo. A real of field in so nothing to come with the next second one of my frame or much no more. Shout out to your people. Freedom fighters. I'm not going to be say na apostle, but I'll say your mama who say and I'm also more ye. Minia share this media your coffers no make us much them. This is Sarah and Ajuna Yachi Oliver. Now 8 o'clock and Ajuna friend say we have to come to Accra. Aka your coffers no ka train one man ka yentimi nko. But you muntie ni and kayentimi nko sa na jono we need people why na nka eko temaho omudi Oliver isie ye ne ya na ekoye ye me sa chi ye le be den na nka akọ me ko o se me de anaju 2 and it free oboase ne nyina no eyesikasem ebi na ye chicha kire mo me da se pa dog very good work ebi na wo chicha kire mo wait yes you obi na kumanji both yakon we are ready for stuff like this ebi mu be wu masa ye de ti be gi akire ma because obi ye bi. Death is the beginning of life. Into owo yensuro. Ntime mo bia nda say na obewu aye na ebewu na emom obaji dimpa. Mesrel so obi frame a or say we a freedom fighters for office. Me direct no e offer your number hell on earth offer your number no for the coffers of freedom fighters ye dia. No bi na edrum re bi a me ho kire me wo share this media. Dr. Ren mo ene offer your frame a omo ma me kakra every sa coffers nim very good. Ene na da ho no. Ene na da ho no very good. 0599 006069 name no said demo Emmanuel sa account we no freedom fighters account mesremo eno egu ye coffers ma bia na ye mu bi hia bibi atiako asset ehia phone bi na se ye nya bi a ye bi ma no atobi se bia kwa 44 sebi rent bi aso na kwa 44 ehia na obeka kire ye na ye hwe coffers ma ye ma ne bi me na shege mi ko bi na se me ho kire me a bosu e pacho conference no kakra wo ma na omo e dia ma me kakra na ma ye de me dia se me ho na ye ko eno no ye ne dia freedom fighters share this media de mu ne media ne dada me ana me ka se me no say ka mo jeje me so cause field marshal no o se me tinya dallas our account ni cause me na ju bia me tinya ye den asori the boys akọ and that is the people I am building underground bia na Dr. Ren aboka bibi na ono so ba Ghana na sabi yakwa koso ne mu yene field marshals yene o say come make sure say Dr. Ren uyo okay Dr. Ren o he enfa na wo kwakoda bia na o Henry David ba na Dr. Ren wa brochi free mind ni ho yene field marshals no mesmeduma no yene be make sure say o Henry David dey na ekoso uyo okay kwasia bia enfa bibia mebo ye bebo ho ban me number no 0592 402 905 0592 402 905. This is for the last time. 0592 402 905. And no there. Mostly I have one fraction. I don't know boys, me pedi mo ye no. Oto edro kwa pe bika was a farmer of boys, It is a chalibas no bad you wake home. Minianom me jai am a free the country and a freedom fighters and kwa. Ye nis ka o. Omo ntimi ye ntimi so kakra me ntimi nya no na me so me dia peche na ye de ye ko now Oliver so obetia legals lawyers omo ye de omo bo ano no no so GoFundMe account no ewo ho na de bibi won ma bia no meja am a chairman and that no can be say either say the account bet ho and answer no meja am a chairman or the betu chairman a drew on man, watch there, see ye. The minimum go fund me account, Homa Oliver. Yeah, they are 2 link. So, open face the countries also account, and also almost coffers, and also share your flyers in this one. BBR so I did about 28 March 28 February we are marching to Ashaman District Court. Mr. Ramo and Chimo that's the only way we can help. Doctor come the bus to Eba now 70 million minimum we are solving in Ghana. Doctor, and yes September ya report
and Nancy Yankoy.
Madam Roma, the bus mienu ekoye na bus ba 50 million. Doctor, September, October, November, December, January, February. Me ko busa ba 70 million. It's within 6 months. Ya to ba 20 million. Media. Hey, we the suffer for here. Ya bra wa Ghana o. And ya bete 70 million e ko for bus no way. Enya better, but you say Madam Roma, Doctor Oka, Mugina Moka, be Semester Meme Bass net year 0592402905. My boys net year. You never say build a sadi and anything. That's one. Mr. Remo, you see, as about 70 million. And the Yebejai Amamo, not the Mubit man. Untimimba, and American, and Yan Kwani, it's me yet. Mamma said, offer bus, and I meet me yet. So I'm a say, because I don't have 70 million to organize a bus. The Omuba nom yet me, and tomorrow so Mona Moye, who push ye. And the Yaman Moye, we are doing it. Wow, share, wow, my $1, wow, my $2, wow, share, wow, comment. That is the way you people can also help us. Madam Doctor.
Yo, Nana, say, and one wabo swama, let's just say, CCA, no, and yet a friend is saying, Accra High Court, be in the echo, Nemo, or matching a seminal free Accra High Court. At the above back to Ashama High Court. Ashama High Court.
Salon dear you. Salon you're quite salon dear you. Omoka says here, circuit court. Now you did that could do circuit court. Nobody come up around your mother chair. No my who be your own somebody carry Johnny. Not circuit court one and no more sounds of court district court. Yes, now then what is it?
Now the woman is said, when it dear, why would shame why would tear me? If I say would tear a same way pa. Because me no ka say yenya information bi information a yenya no say bi odwuma ya ye de mo amonim say ye ne ebi mu a omo ne mpanfo no ekoba free jubilee house nyom nyina na pe de ekoso no sa yenya ne tie say omo so omo be parody almost 1,000 policemen omo so omo de be a friend is saying almost
2,000
almost 1,000 policemen, 1,000 to 2,000 policemen, and a baby court one. And to be some more and also most of me are going to say, Yansuya almost 20,000 and not 10,000. Yansuya de Babon to me. Then Tierney. The information I mean, free a lawyers in paying for Eddie Oliver anymore, or more than somebody charge Oliver, and if a year. Amayen fix the country, freedom fighters, the shady media, me no say. What must say, what my imagine say, or my finally be, or my shame, woman will say, there is no fault ever Oliver. Or my Oliver records, every name Quara Brema, but see the infia when yan is here. Woman will say, Oliver, there is no fault ever Oliver. Name of the Omayan say, Omo himself fix the country, freedom fighters, a title almost freedom fighters, because almost a dim pain for them. And to almost the old man say, Omo will say, and a chita form, Sabio, don't wanna Omo fu, and to do one ever ban one ready ya. One more day, your friend is saying, I am a buffo and a beba. And the police for the your margin say, police for the your margin say. And yes, say yes, sauce, Boadia, and the American Dr. Remy Bois. Almost saw your margin say, Omo planty BB as say, young call for no young Padano, say read bio, say BBO, nobody as some no much to Wamako. Muntier, indeed, the best. Why you say, Wufri Kumasi, or Boasi Tamale, Boko, Lameshegu, Afram Place, Ufri, a friend is saying, Santo Coffee, Aquafuli, Ufri Volta Region, Ufri Crime. Ufri Takrade, because Western region for so back, Sunyani for so back. And why do you say, oh, baby, I'm Mestre? Wishing Tampia. May catch out say, be a herba, if you are doctor, and prescribe your mouth. Mestre to training. Because the police, if one cry, no matter what you say, almost send your money ever set him up. Number 2, oh my, what do you say? And I'm say, and somewhere here can Ghana for no air tea a sibalinti. One more person will tag and say you're violent. Sanya, yeah, Dr. Ren, any freedom fighter sniffing the country. Yeah, letters are your church or their command a year British embassy, Norwegian embassies, a year Danish embassies, American embassies, no. Oh my, your man didn't say. One more, make sure some tagging, and the American embassies, the Norwegian embassies, the Danish embassies, all the international embassies that work Ghana and say, yeah, you're violent people. Now you're standing for and to trust them and to a moment fear. And to mess them. And you on Monday, no. One, you Oliver, no. And from so near. It is your own pepper on the first one. Omodi a year on my bed. Omodi from Son Babette Train, now quiet Jenny, Ama Oliver, ya granting me bail. And Unti, I know Mashada a year, Sunday free, Accra High Court. Omodi about back to Ashama district court because if it is a district court, we need to me a bit me sa a year as someone would have to Oliver Sono. A yen assembly in Tatuswa police for a yen dampare, IGP dampare na extra assembly to Oliver so into dampare na Murisano or yet damparea Sebio or yet Croncrosa with track and so say Oliver a yes or pursue to a binding group. In here because Yachi Olivano, Yadi assembly call a year district court, no obviously a misdemeanor, what can't some man and what from. And also the engaged now so many bail near Chenason, maybe 1,000 million finding 2,000 million community, a communal labor being no papa. Intimate Remo more mobile. Men will be able to trust them more. Let us come with our numbers. Let us come in peace. We go in peace. If we are Mubro half 1,000. Mubro more than half 1,000. A person will be at the Mayena. Your dad chinti. The opportunity and says, so would you match would you throw letter? A free Monday, send any international media agencies. How can you get their email address? It's simple. You just click on Googler, no what type a US embassy in Ghana. Ubenya information via who click it, a friend is saying UK embassy in Ghana. Ubenya information via who you find information no a telephone number and now email address. Put my trotra. Send the email come out woman. Na kachira woman said the entire will send email ni a friend Oliver or fighting for the democracy. They are fighting for betterment of the nation, especially the youth. And so Ghana police for any Kufuado action. And unti international media no aware. Say a chain umpono and granting the bail. Yamwa ewa mwa and straighly with your freedom fighters. You will let us I bet for the amount. Amnesty International Ghana, human rights activist. You see a man paying a Kufuado, a human rights activist. O man paying a human rights activist. What you will be. And so why they one granting the bail into Kufuado, he does not believe in what he preached. Kufuado, the president, one year a friend is saying a human rights activist because what Yemia Oliver Afemuno, say when you will be a friend is saying human rights, or GD. Sansona, a Kelewele, IGP, Dampare, celebrated Dampare, Pare, or no so one G Kabima in Kebinuntu, one G human rights into. And for the American Chamano, et Mumadiana Muntie, Namon Shanos, we mess Remoa, Muntie, Namon Shanos, because Nyapa Papa. Titlu, freedom fighters are more USA, freedom fighters are more a friend is in Canada. Often, so what to say, a freedom fighters for I war, Yenuanoma, Omotai, Aya, Omoko, a Yenuanoma, Muslim for Krum. The entire me use Muslim Krum, say, Matin, Manyan, say. One person almost taggy and say, yeah, we are more Muslim for Krum, no we are to traffic, no one sponsor yang, our sponsor and Oliver, and Timuntian ye, If you na ebi a me mbɔ mu din titru oba pa cha baby a mote no me mta mbɔ mu din mta mbɔ mu krom no din because sa hopes na doya mo any a friend is saying MPP fo yi ombeso mu rope ye into in say ye nkofo bi a ye gigiska e de ba be ye to trust mo Ghana entisa intimesre mo a we need to tread cautiously. We need to be very careful because these are some of information within from Jubilee House, any national security from paying for Nabia. Woman support to a friend is saying a vigilantes. I saw mu uniform no. You support to into Muntian ye pa Muntian Namunya Maya and Untin Yatu Boas and then another shady grandmaster. What on the Boas or Nomotia a Chanaba Pepe or Bunikatim or near Osajifu a year in Tiamwa. Omo bako hunu na nanomo aye nyoma bi na nanomo achira omo di kwam omo na said wa jesotro no kwama fa sika ba na nko hospital the normal na
oh Charlie
bona suma na so no police ni obo na sum yeso yen say em so 6 feet tall ana
wapa me dane ba kuma no
o sa the right the man no
me so e be ma o be ma o de sabo we go de besi wa ase ko ma ne sa akwa
and o dwane ye osuro
almost every vote say no na entina say
omo ba wasum ni wie na omo dwane ye na fe do ma vote say mo no mutimi ye ma na ye fe enti e besere mo a mombo modin a on say ye ka say ye papa Oliver ne papa Sebio Oliver crash fix the country as in Puno or no crowd can say they be usruma ne ba no because onim Ghana from paying for the way a wo motie enti e besere mo the ye kan nyina ne say mommo modin na monte ase na mon support Ghana ne ye a ye nkohunu sa ansem we bi ye ntankote say ye nuanom bi wo Ukraine ama ene ya bomb Ukraine ama he the ekoso train carrying Ghanaian student in Ukraine attacked by Russians. Asema yes nti me say nsem a mo frefre ye nya easy o Ghana fo ati Ukraine na mo kosua de nsem a mo frefre ye no enafo ti mesre mo a eni die mo mo me fix ye man Ghana nana enti na just say enya high court bi ye naba a friend is saying district
your friend say district baby a omo call you say o na ati na emo mo no say de ye kan aya no pese omo dadai e ti say de mo so ye no networking e ba ye na fast e be ka che no mo de ba betu edwa ama ye ba so far ne de baby I remanded no for the 2 weeks you know e hwa na ye nim say omo ye den omo de no ebeko na emo mo no omo de sa na omo de aye sa enti omo ba be ye we pese if any change ba be no ye be ma mo na mo so mama motifu nyina aye den ate na kakra bia ye be ka no say menuanom face the country we are here to stay mo third force no ya tete e be mo say yenko parliament ya tete ni nyina no ye ne ye chairman Dr. Ren and Oliver Eba ame and some bebre ni nyina no major ama a friend say chairman ono na obeka enwon sem nyina a kire wo. My name has always been Anashedi Midumesi ya na ma follow Shadys Media YouTube no so ewo ho Shadys Media GH MTN Momo no ana me say Dr. Ren epini ewo so no 0592 402 I was see by at least one bus a crown put here one bus and put here 70 million no I will say it to me enya na ye dey about me some over there mobile support here and just continue na mo say face the country we are here to stay freedom fighters we are here to stay kakra mo doctor bedase beja mo bo
nana ebedase nana shedi na etene nka no nyame nim de krani nana e boy adwuma e de ahye wo man Ghana animonyam mesre mo a na MTN no na no ya bɔ na sunya anya sutro ketua bomodi na fa number no sanso na freedom fighters so ye de enso ni bomodi a sikitu ebi ensa ntina na hye de da ho kitu ebi ensa ye bomodi na ye mobilize ye mrante ne mabawa no na wo monko boa yinua Oliver Baka Vomawo me wasem kakra bi ampese meka de kire na tie ni ye me wasem kakra bi ampese meka de kire yenua Oliver Baka Vomawo me ne ti ha e wo UK ha na me ne minua yi eti I mean, the cranium, no, Edmedi and Kokudino, Nanka, Okodu, and Ananka, Miss My Day, Miss Makwa cried, Miss Makwa could do. The Tia, I, Coban, San, Muamuni, Ghana, your mind be a Sebio, you're paying for them penocre, ewo crony. You're paying for them, and penocre, ewo crony. Because a man for be edidi, ewo, senia, your mobile ewo mining. So, mine year. And Kofobi wa almost 20%, 30%, 50% womunya. And unti and a mebunia sorry, I pursue is your mind no woman pay. And unti me kwaswa catcher mo say, and my abemumbu, Papa Fua would die anymore, and him say, Oliver Papa, him say, Abemubu yaba, Maubemumbu. And now Yesu Christo, on any mame, Maria, and Yosef. Omuka sorry, them na Yesu in 9 years. See Yesu can say be. Yes, we could do a sorry there, but no Yesu ayera. Ye chinchi hwehwe no a ye hu no. Etire ye hu Yesu Kristo no. Ne ma make say, "Adan no mama me no papa atwentwe e friend say, etini apewa ye nyaw. Okon he. We yakoda boni. Waso edi dodo. Asema efri Yesu Kristo ye Bible no a Kristo for 70% am more Ghana mugidi no. Tieni. Asema Yesu Kristo kan say, na munim samaya be meja adwuma ebusuya muntie ni yenua Oliver wo ye maame Ghana adwuma ede na ye maame Ghana ope mpuntio ope mebunu enkoso ope so oman no yeyi ope so oman no yesiesie nim tinu wan kasa fix Ghana health service enum tinu wan kasa fix a friend say ebri enum tinu wan kasa fix Volta region. One can say fix Ashanti region. Name must see and fix Ghana and crooning na. Sebio, Papa, or yet irresponsible. Rebecca said, or Pesa. Timie pa. And unto me catch rail say, Yemia Olivano. Sebio, and Kawakame, what's now UK ha? And Ka Anya, the obedi, the obenum. Mboni de biara da wabrabo. Tiemie, Dr. Red, me kama sempa. Tiemie pa. And it may come what you say, ye say. At the end of the day, no. Yeah, no crown where woman no, and a make a child. But the no eswo. Ama o my Ghana no. Nti ema menimu nkogu ase e Monday tiemie ema yenim nkogu ase. This is a man why ye adwuma ma United Nations why ye adwuma kra the American government tiemie Colin Powell, once upon a time Secretary of State for United States of America, na Oliver Adamfu. Papa no wenya ne baby ko. We need him to be with us for us to fight for our great country. I believe Ghana can be fixed. I believe that the Ghanaian is blessed. I believe that the Ghanaian youth is not a lazy youth. Give him the chance, the Ghanaian youth excel. And when the Ghanaian youth gets the opportunity and cross the ocean to enter into Europe, into any of the Arab countries, enter into America, they shine bright like a diamond. But just like the diamond in the dirt, sometimes if you don't have eyes, you will not see it. It goes through process. So we are going through a process, and that process is to ensure that our country becomes a country that will stand tall among other nations. And so that's why we say free Oliver. And if Oliver will be freed up, it will depend on you, the youth watching me. Now let us arise for our mother Ghana, that our mother is dying and our mother is crying. I don't believe that the sons and daughters from France will come and fight for Ghana. Today you have seen what is going on in Ukraine. It is the Ukrainians that are fighting for their country. That is why I'm telling you. Frank Apiamchia. That is why I'm telling you, the youth, that we have to eliminate our brothers and sisters from the dark kingdoms of this leadership led by Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, who do not believe in the country being fixed. If they believed in Ghana and they want Ghana to be fixed, when we started shouting fix the country, they would have welcomed us into the corridors of power, and they would sit down with us to brainstorm the ways and means to develop Ghana. Just like what the president of Rwanda did. He sat with the youth and asked them, what do you want? The youth of Rwandese, the youth of Rwanda, what do you need? And the youth told them, we need jobs, we need employment, we need Rwanda to be fixed. And I tell you, after the Hutus and the Tutsis fight, go to Rwanda and see. It's an eyesore. It's a magnificent. But this is a country, when we gained independence, they were nowhere to be found. Why have we lagged behind? And why are we clawing like the turtle? Why? Like see the tortoise. Why? Why? We have not reached anywhere. I'm telling you, we have not reached anywhere. And that is why we will shout and say, arise, Ghana youth, for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Yes, the nation demands us to stand for Ghana. I have told you many times, countless times without number, that I'm not here to fight in favor of religion. I am not here to support religion or denigrate religion. But I have told you that religion in the hand of the evil man will be used to propagate the agenda of evil. But I can fight for Ghana, because when Ghana is fixed, the nonsense in religion, you yourself will not even pay attention. It's just like when you are in Ghana, you will love to pray 64 hours a day, if there is even a day with the 64 hours. But all that I'm trying to say is that you will love to pray because there is no work. That is why you spend your energy. Habakato, kapapapapa, akadi, akaya, because there is no job for you. But the moment you travel to the United Kingdom or Germany or Italy or France, when you get work, all that you pray is just your 5 minutes prayer. To go to work and come back and you pray your prayers. Because you believe that the problems that you want to be solved, which is employment, unemployment problem, has been solved. I tell you, my sons and daughters, I tell you, my brothers and sisters, I tell you, my aunties and my uncles, my grandfathers and my grandmothers that watches freedom fighters. Winnie David, Sugar Drop, Wafaya, Tiakun Acid, Kwa 44, Nana Shady, Mama Ba, Free Shows, Free Mind, Avram Bemoshe, Oketechie Free Fire, Dr. Captain Smart, the many people that you watch us. I can tell you that we will never give up, but we will need your support. We will need your support not to stop this fight, because the sons and daughters of darkness are leading the nation. And if the darkness lead your nation, definitely, Unantia, ube poli. Upolia, ube shifom. Ushifom swa, wanobo from. Wanobo from pe. Look, wanobo from pe. Your mouth will bleed. But I am telling you, just as in the days of the French Revolution, in the 1960s, they stood up for France. Today, you and I visit France. We go there and we even work. We go there and we even hold the passport of the French, and we are proud that we hold the French passport. We are proud that we hold French passport. Why are you not proud that you hold a Ghanaian passport? You are not proud because Ghana is a poor country, so you don't want to associate yourself with a poor country, just like you don't want to associate yourself with your poor father. But I tell you, I want to associate myself with Ghana. Even though in our poverty, there is still the youth that is willing to fight for Ghana, because we believe that the youth, the youth has the talent. If given the opportunity, I have seen the Ghanaians shine in the land of Europe. I have seen it. I have met sons and daughters who came to Great Britain with nothing, but because of the opportunity, they can sit and dine with the men and women of power, and they walk in the corridors of power. It's because they had a platform. When we say Ghana should be fixed, we need platforms. We need the country to be fixed. We need from Boku to Yendi. We need from the north to the south, from the east to the west. Every part of Ghana needs to be fixed so that we do not have our sons and daughters going all the way to countries like Ukraine. All that we could hear is that, look, our sons and daughters are there. I can only tell you that I'm disappointed in the Dankwa Kufuado, for whom I followed for 19 good years. Everything within me followed that man. I believed in him because I thought that the vision and ideas that he spoke about, when given the chance, he would turn Ghana into a prosperous nation. But let me tell you, I'm not only disappointed, but I am hurt. I am hurt because he has betrayed the trust that I had for him for 19 years. He has betrayed it. That is why I call on all the youth that arise. Let us ensure that our country will have good roads. Why must we fast and pray? Or because we are traveling from Accra to Kumasi? Why should you fast and pray? Because you are afraid that the roads, the bad roads, you will not reach. Let me go and bring our brother Benjamin, if Benjamin is ready. We can get it. Welcome, Benjamin.
Good afternoon to you and your listeners. Michachi Bibiara.
Obibiaji Jibusu. Ben, where the brofuni pini na be frafre. Update on Oliver. Wait me share a bit of Nema Air Coso, baby. I do the PCA with the release of Oliver.
I went to Enra Miko police station, Miko Oliver. Now, from Casa, any legal team, I know. I say, oh, maybe I bear network, no. I don't know.
Oh, okay. You can say it.
Ghana network, even though your TRCST tax in Yemen, still now your internet settings ain't very, very good. Oh, my way more. Last week, and levies need taxes, no, but yeah, who any improvements be our sectors no mujis askano. Road levy fund. Share petrol cry tax goes to almost 3 cities. Even more no specially says a full cost ra the best stabilizes our full increments, no. But still now Yamushi, Saskan na abana neji. Move on be my and see back to Oliver case, no. Near everything near see last 2 weeks. We are expecting say Monday it's going to be the same rhetorics. And now near see last week near the same thing Benya because case no encore BBI and I feel so court are more power now jurisdiction on between Atina assembly no. In fact refer case no encore court near. And see the Ashaiman district court na be kono. Judge no about no nisa to minister of the grantee bill and now betty asem no. So Oba be repeated the same thing or catch last week's and a higher say Yabagana Hanuma justice and the justice system no too slow and it's not effective to the point say police need catch and say fresh chief justice Musa Ankano. And say be Friday now nipa no say on appear before court within the 48 hours rule now. Chief Justice no say 350 cases. I ever fresh chief justice but now appointee judges to all the 350 cases. What is the use of the court registrar? What is the use of the registries that are operating at the courts? And these are legit questions I will say bisa. It could be the same way say Yechi Oliver. Yes, Oliver a bit known and the issue no ever media so. There could be 1,001 people who are within the graphs of the police are bepimele. Omunkra yenfo court here. And me wa clear example be kaka ni mia idi. Omuchi idi kaka semenye idi in court da. He is still in the hands of the police. Omar denied him the chance of a PA before a court to defend himself or to prove that he is innocent or whether he is guilty as the law is trying to place on him. On that chance near, the police are still holding him. And the justice system in Ghana had been very, 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 very slow. And I pay to Nancy, the kind of bias that we have when it comes to justice, and we tend to be a bit selective in Niaye supporting any Niaye Etia. We've seen politicians go above and beyond the reaches of speech. They've all been roaming free. Obika Arab Spring, people who have more influence and better standing to cause chaos in this country said worse things than what Oliver wrote on Facebook. Facebook, and yet media house, and yet Facebook, a public domain. And see, if people could say or die, they will cause Arab Spring. Some of them even threatening to burn the houses of former presidents. They're still roaming free in this state. We've not seen anyone being arrested. So if there is going to be selective justice, we throw away the fact that the police can use surveillance tools and try and surveil someone. Because many can say Oliver WhatsApp account, because he has access to any personal phone, he was able to retrieve it back. But which means they have the tools and they have the sophisticated machinery to actually spy on us. Ghana government, Pegasus the Israeli tech, really was amazing, and they know if someone is planning something. So idea we just deliberate to just show someone say they want to me, they want power. To the point say case will call AG or better so or my advice so that the case will move forward, and we are still going back to the same court to go and listen to that same jurisdiction. No, I seriously feel say when it comes to the justice in Ghana, Oliver's issue has thrown more light on how bad and rotten this thing is, and we actually need to fix it. And first, constitution in here, but even though we have a bad constitution, we are in a very serious crisis. If those who are supposed to be defending the constitution, the judiciary, is appearing as a section of the arms of government are under influence, and it is easily controlled by the powers that be, which is mainly the executive now. Then it's very, very, very worrying. To the point, say judges also among lobby, not among troll presidency, say konya say fast and kunya. All these things are small mini ways. It allows the executive to have influence on the judiciary, which is not supposed to be like that. And it doesn't stop at there. And yet, 8th Parliament, we are like Ghana. Experiencing the true definition of parliament before. Before this parliament, now mostly Ghana rubber stamp parliament. Maybe because a parliament is as useless as any arm of government because they don't do anything. So these parliaments came in. I may say parliamentarians are ready to even exchange blows and use brawls in trying to stand their ground and say that we are not going to implement certain policies that the ruling government wants to bring in. And see, for me, Oliver Asemno, it throws the weight behind the fact that it's not just the constitution, but even the arms of government now, used to Ghana. They are not truly independent and they are not really separate, and they are easily influenced by the powers that be. See, fixing it, fixing it, and it needs to cut across so many sectors across the states.
Not just me tell we Benjamin. I mean, sir, as a nation, 65 years, independence in there. It looks as if, sir, after the overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, you pay, sir, you did pay for development, You share down your ideas, sir, you catch it, and we have a lot to fix.
Ghana shares, now GDP, who compare with Singapore and Malaysia, Ghana were in like 400 points. We were way ahead and above whatever Singapore and Malaysia had. And then we know we can say those two countries have gone way beyond and above whatever Ghana can be thinking of. Or a better control of their governance structure. Or a better foresight. They have a better plan for their country. Ya call say development plan and more my way and break it down into tranches. Able to meet our competition within some few years. I will slowly. Because to me, every 4 years, they are party better new manifest, not they are about even when we don't have the money, we still tend to believe, say, it's something that is doable. But if we have a plan now, the plan will state clearly, okay, for maybe the first 4 years, Ghana has a debt stock of this. How do we break down the debt stock? Okay, in the first 4 years, development will be very, very slow. This is what the national plan says. Obi Ghana will have access to the plan. Then we can know, say, oh, so when we say yes, school are done, Ghana by any government, but it's because the government is trying to pay some of the debts that we are owing so that the state will become free enough to generate their own funds for development. But more in your plan, not party, but of course, they want to hold on to power. So in holding on to power, they will tend to lies and deceit to the point that they will say things that they cannot do. We've seen Agenda 111. Me who hospital about Grayasi to the point that la polyclinic so now lay first stone cramp. So the lies will continue coming in because we don't have a clear plan and a clear path out of whatever mess we find ourselves in now. And as Ghana Mrano and your pro youth. Say Mrani see me now 18 years. I mean, I met me elect to be say on the menu. But some Mrani now catch me say me 18 now. Yeah, kwasi I mean me boom. So I can't lead myself. So I need to bring in someone now. When you're 40 plus, Ghana can create pen. Sometimes me can say there is a less Ghana in our leaders or those that lead this state than us because we are younger than them. Say ABR BBC or Ghana Hanuma. I have more at stake to lose than whoever who is leading because obviously we're now about 60 plus years within the life Navy. I enjoy BBR and they only that much stake in how this country moves forward. But me, I have a bigger stake in whatever happens to Ghana now. That is why I'm finding my voice me Kasasisia and my part Ghana fortune say sad timidity or timidness no you find to change. Miss Rad means me cancer. Yankasa obi abeda yen penny for no yankasa obeda. If we do not complain and agitate, they will continue sleeping. And yes, that parliament, like so many things are supposed to happen. They would have passed it a long time ago. But Omar, like you say, at least there is some section of Ghanaian youth, and I may bring you sorry, they are against whatever is happening, and they found their voice to the point that you drew the position now. They are now resorting to threats and all that. Me, I make say. I was very good. Me diamond my computers, me TV. Yes, it's signing now. Me phones, I'm signing now. They didn't take anything. Who say they took everything that has data on it because what we can fix the country. So that is what is happening. And see, we need to find our voices.
Benjamin, wait there. Yes. Sorry to cut you. Now, a friend is saying, "O camera ni who when you nankan kofo who Benjamin na you need to come on." When you say people are among us, I mean, one of the reason why networky, to me who and him no. Okay, one. But anyway, I'm say, yeah, but more they say, Mama Benjamin, who name because now I could do Koforia, a brantia, Okobusa question. Emma, Yemia, Yawafa Kenuforia 10 to me a yano no. Tim you. Now, you could do. Ye call Koforia. A branch no Kubusa question, ye papa Kenufuriata went to me a year no one. What did in 75 one or no, I didn't come on. Now, if ye national security for Waka was just said, Omako ransack kidney fee. A Jumana ye dino am better say, Yenam Germany near the short, or he David, Yenam USA near a friend say, Chini Jonas, UK, me say UK. And yes, I mean, none ye count. Me Dr. Ren crown me say, a man for just any proponent for when Muntias ye. You know, Mudin common one, Muntias ye, because these people I know Mudilino. They are nothing but evil. What they are saying? They are the sons and daughters of darkness. And today, we are finding it difficult, but you're manning to us because Ben.
Yeah. And see,
to us, my still but you may find I think say the voice is heard loud and clear to us.
And see, I can say in the policy making process, because youth never more stake, and I say you touch my higher entity, they have to find ways and means mobile include the youth in policy making. Ghana me can't be say voting in Ghana is just some sham. Or because your democracy in Ghana and what we are having is not close to representative democracy. Because we can't say cry. Your leaders are leading yourself. They pay no respect to whatever you say. Yeah, you are conducting several posts online affecting this particular now, treating this particular E-Levy topic. Out of all those posts, yeah, now over 90% of it are Ghana for E-Levy. If truly you are representative democracy, they would have heard our voices, but you still see them exchanging bros in parliament. Just to push a levy that Ghanaians are critically against it. Omu forces the by force say Ghana for NTS as canon. I feel so to move away from that, yeah, the reason why I make us a policy making, it was some young guys and room nana imagination say. My suggestion be takrade. Now, unfortunately, I'm not farmer because no money me. See, they didn't allow me to speak at the takrade town hall meeting. But every normal interview outside, media is be interview, and I'm catch up say, me send this scam obi. Nipa nebe mama me. Me send this scam. No onya income. So how then do I pay for the person's tax? So it doesn't make sense. Say E-Levy, but it doesn't cover anything that is within the spirit of taxation. And see, I say government needs to pair up with e-commerce sites. You can't be to say Melcom. You can't be to say Jumia. You can't be to say Get for Less. Be to say Gigi. Be to say Tonaton. So that they will create a system like what eBay uses, like what Amazon uses. When you buy something, that value item you are buying, it is taxed. You see the tax online. Then you pay for it. Then the government takes its tax out of that. You have the internet sales tax. So you don't just bring things and then you just tell us, yeah. And then everything I'm busy finance minister and they say, E-Levy, how will he classify it? Because it doesn't fulfill any of the way of classifying the levy or a tax. You don't know what it's used for. You just want to place a levy on transaction. Who taxes wallets? Who places levies on wallets? To the point where I may call more. Now me the mini abe more. Then na ekoto TV. Mini ani crash cow the same. Or no tia on tia tax. But because I'm on na me go tia na me see you me cry man I see because me use woman ninety. Me tia tax. It doesn't help whatever we are doing, and it doesn't help the government's agenda to push Ghanaians towards digitalization. Because yes, you are building up an enmity between Ghanaians and the digital age, and it's not something I pay. On what did you see tax? Ghana network in yet to say I make us see me my cry camera cry but me to say me me camera needs to show. But still now you can't see because our network is very, very poor. Say camera we no FM1. Maybe our bandwidth no answer my voice very distorted. And maybe our app nakasa edu many because they don't want my voice to be distorted. So we are having serious critical issues. The digital road levy funds Ghana quite denying yet. Then they keep on saying, E-Levy 6.9 billion cedis. What can it do for a state? You're raising more than that. You will even lose much more than that through corruption and shady deals. So how then do you tell me, say, amount 6.9 billion cedis, you turn this state into a heaven? You turn into heaven. One day, Ghana said, meanwhile, we generate funds and we generate more money than what E-Levy can bring. But because I am leaders, I'm living profligate lifestyles, I'm saying, very well, yet, but you the one leading us. Have you shown any clear example? Or have you acted in a way I bet you say, you still continue burning your food, or you still turn on AC when your cars are parked. You live like how you used to live, like nothing has happened. You live like monarchs. Like kings and queens. And these are some of the challenges you find it when it comes to the ruling of this state. I'm running Ghana. I'm running them. Me can't be Oliver there. You say now me can't TV. You say our laws surrounding arrest and how police effect arrest. And they're clear because law didn't share what constitutes a legal arrest. And after the law now catch and say the police can come in with their own discretion to come and arrest you. And the police say to me, arrest you, don't give you anything. So then it is not clearly defined what constitutes a legal arrest or not. And the law gives the police room to misuse our law. So if it can be clearly defined, then the best for us.
Benjamin, I want to play the video call a town hall no, so that for the purpose of a conversation, people will know Benjamin and in common. Now, Omatia because Benjamin could receive questions are very, very important. A person he's paid. Remember, Sir Ken Oforiatta is paid to be our finance minister, to find solutions to our problem. Benjamin Asama Obisa, the finance and our finance minister.
Question is, how do we categorize the E-Levy? Is it another income tax, a capital tax, a sales tax, a payment tax, or all of the above? However, one avoids this tax when they opt for cash payment. That is the first question. The second one is, corruption is a major problem that only receives lip service in Ghana. The Auditor General indicates that about 12 billion cedis remain unaccounted for over the last few years.
Ago. Ben, go ahead, we're listening. And then
over the last few years. Why E-Levy only rakes in 6.9 billion rather than recovering 12 billion? So why are we not going after the monies that have been lost due to corrupt acts?
And the
third question is, proceeds from E-Levy, what happens to previously earmarked levies? Communication tax, sanitation levy, ESLA. How have they improved their earmarked sectors? What is the guarantee that E-Levy will be used for its intended purpose?
Thank you, Ben.
I think those are all fair questions, but honestly, if you look at the enormity of the problems we have to move to another level. And I think you need to concede that the economy is changing towards virtual economy, e-commerce economy, and that tax handle should be brought into our arsenal of taxes that are required. Guarantees that we have was what somebody suggested, that we have these quarterly reporting mechanisms, and that would be helpful. And it's helpful for all sorts of things. The way you spoke English, I imagine that you are also quite familiar with macro fiscal numbers. When you talk about other earmark numbers, and you know that we are running a budget deficit, you know that the impact of the COVID was literally about 25 billion. How does a country support that type of contraction in its economy? You also know that compared to other West African or African countries, Ghana, even at this point, was able to eke a positive growth rate. You know what we did during the COVID time that no other African country did. We have about 300,000 people died on the continent. Ghana was 1,379. So you need to give where credit is due and be able to advise yourself as to the integrity of the numbers and what that means to you when you are doing your analysis. And where there's praise, there should be. Where there's caution, there should be. So issues of quarterly reporting to encourage transparency is what matters.
Bernard, were you satisfied with the answer that the finance minister gave?
Town meeting, no. Now, Papa meeting in chain, or CEO around TT now, and how Namika say, Papa, if you are on to brofo, by medium meeting brofo. Question I'm bisa no answer about crampo. See, before I meet you on the crown, and I mean him say, oh, mommy answer no. And I know the first time, you call that crowd, my ABC be sad. Similar question about the spending issues within government. 1 year, no. Or catch him, I mean, say we can't talk about how they live when we are talking about levies and stuff because it's a peanut or it's a drop in the ocean. See, to them, no, how they live their lives, no, it doesn't affect our economy. But you say fear papa no, only the first. Which one will be at the door? Yeah, and now what time you now can know it. You can't watch your children starve when you're the dad. You are fully filled. To move from there, no. Now we call Ministry of Roads and Highways. Middle Honum no. You see Ghana Yeniska. Me will do all. I hope because me call mo last floor no. Realize this Ministry of Roads and Highways. More deputy ministers in 3 with an actual minister back on. And see that ministry nipa no more 4 ministers. Now, 4 ministers.
Deputy ministers for what? Roads and
yes, roads and highways.
I mean, the video be to T. Some of we are now come once man. How do we are now man?
Down to this loan. Let me tell you what happened. The 1.2 billion when the new road fund board took office was not there.
What was not there?
The money that was contracted, the loan, they took it, they didn't disburse it.
So what happened to the money?
It can't be found.
Richard,
hold on.
Your government must be a very useless government.
And that is my problem. I have a problem with the government.
Must be a very, very.
I have a problem with the government.
Your government must be a very, very useless government.
I'm heading towards it. 1.2 billion. I'm getting there.
This must be a very, very useless government.
They must be. And I have a problem with them. That is why contractors will do what they are doing. 1.
Is it this ministry that you are talking about?
Yes, roads and highways. And see, say, our ministry, about some roads and highways, no, or we are in charge of it, no. For such a ministry, or more 4 ministers, and all those 4 ministers could sit down and they stop the cessation of road tolls, or one got through due process. Ghana, I don't say ministry said to me sidelining parliament, sidelining laws. And no my explanation were cheap, and nothing happens. We saw it with the health minister and the Sputnik video. We saw the same thing with the toll booth collection saga. I mean, him say your laws. He say the executive proposes, but parliament and the impose and see about the tolls, levies, taxes. No, parliament and the final rule on which they decide to say Ghana for ask we the ban repealing so the same parliament now a bit me and the minister for roads and highways and he went against it. He's still in office. Nothing has happened. We want to be democratic states like what happens in the UK, what happens in the US. These are countries that will be book COVID rule class where call it say any panel free office. And if possible, they even prosecute the person. We have on record that the president and the vice president went against COVID rules. And then, Kosha Madina, or my footbridge, quite no person track on the main road. There are people standing there with canes. They will whip you because the citizen is going against the law. But we have those who we elected. Those are supposed to serve us. Masters. And their mistake, honorable. And they are servants to us. We are their masters. So they are supposed to respond to us. We are not supposed to be giving them answers. We are supposed to question them, ask them reasons for their actions. But Ghana, it's mostly the opposite. Why are you electing to come and serve us? No, or ya bibia on person ebe question. Who question the penal than asem? Minister ko ya asem we. And it's a full ministry of 4 ministers at your. And when they met and they were discussing, the only thing they could do with already breaking the Toll Booth Act, was to tell us that they would turn the toll booths into urinals in place of convenience. 4 solid human beings who are paid with our taxes, and they bear the title of honorables. And this proposition we ever out say, yeah, nanny toll booths need urinals. And he was even fumbling in parliament to defend himself. So that is a state of Ghana now. If we are going to continue bringing people who have no stake in the future of this country or the future affairs of this country, or when they're 60 years, 70 years, 80 years into power, we'll still be in whatever mess we are, because we be still Ghana. They have no stake in it. If something bad should go wrong, they have no stake in it. If things go bad, they have no stake in it. It doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect anything. And they've been able to stockpile our state's resources and monies for their unborn generations. And the ABC, don't leave Ghana. and then they'll leave us in this mess for us to be here. Yeah, can Ghana, yeah, oil. Togo, omuntu oil. But petrol boy, the Ghana ha, still Togo. And I sometimes I sit down and I think, my dream, it doesn't tally, but me sure, me will be a problem if we are paying 3 cities of taxes on petroleum, I'll take 8 cities more. Ever straight down to 5 cities, and it's kind of and the majority of them are taxes. Now maybe your bonus, you won't see the huge amount of it. But Ghana, you see 5 billion liters of fuel every year. So 5 billion, no. Yet road fund levy 48 pesos. And also road fund levy, no, was purposely drafted to be used to construct roads for us. So 48 pesos, no. Only times 5 billion now. You get roughly 2.5 billion cedis per year. And it's as scanning per year, no, they road construction now. A full asphalt motorway road, like the motorway grid, no. Even me, I saw kind from Accra all the way to Kumasi and back. And it's every year, they are gonna have that kind of stretch of road that I don't think we should be having challenges with our highways. Because Takrady last year, fixed the kind demonstration with Takrady, no. Maybe fear no, accident or kind so. Accident was head-on collision. A major road that connects 2 regions need now a single lane, and because it's a long journey, drivers tend to do overtaking a lot, and it brings lots of head-on collisions. So the same thing that was happening on the Kufuria stretch. Sometimes I see accident they see what till they brought the double roads there, and it stopped. And so they don't do it because Ghanaians do not talk. Yeah, timid, yeah, docile. We are too laid back for their liking, and the fact say They don't see the urgency in addressing and resolving our issues. They just like being laid back. Ukakra, Omunfiye, Yentia Napkufuoka, President Chata private jet said the 2 outside Myanmar. The speaker is going out at his own will. But they don't feel like accounting to us. Our hospitals are in bad shape. Someone says to hospital now, the speaker will have no reason and no points to even tell us, say, I want to travel to this place to go and do medical checkup. We won't have a just about 10 years. Something has happened to my kid. Maybe I'm pregnant. I'm going to the US to go and do checkup. If you build a bad system, we should have laws that will keep our leaders in Ghana here. You live in it with us. We shouldn't give them the chance that they will move out on their own with our taxes and go and take off their cells, and then they will come back. And then whilst our hospitals are killing us, we live here and then we fuel their profligate lifestyle with our taxes. Maybe can't be if you don't join activism, if you don't join the fight for change for Ghana, if you don't fight, say, you better end this neo-colonialism, democracy, but we are experiencing true autocracy and a mixture of kleptocracy that changes hands every 4 or 8 years. Ghana will not change. It will still stay the same way. And the main truth is, now, the likelihood say Ghana will come very, very high in activism because Ghana is ready that. Food prices are rising, inflation is very high, petroleum prices are going up. We are not breathing. The dollar is rising very, very fast. Ghana has no breathing space. And instead of channeling our money into making sure that our raw resources bear a bit, if it's not finished good at cry, and at least semi-finished, we are looking for 24 million cities. I did better go refinery. Yes, here in Niska. By its midterm, $24 million, said the Kotoka has back Ghana. So the things are there, the facts are there. I say those people that will elect us, they don't respect us, they don't care for us, and it's even high time say we move away from all this. We need to be demanding, say, yeah, about DCs, MCs, because we are in charge of local governance. And if there's going to be any accelerated development at the local level now, we are in charge of that. With district common fund, and new MPO, it's now not kind of say every 4 years. Mayor Kwama, Mayor School, is blatantly lying in your face because in fact, you also stated like that and you allow him to lie to you. We need to be able to elect our own DCs. I made me a point to say, the DC, last me come municipal assembly, no. We let our mom say, me MC, no person on my municipality, no. I want to know what he has for the municipality within the next 4 years. But Omar replied, yeah, over 3 months now, I've not gotten anything. Because then nobody say, okay, you're not the one that placed me there. I wasn't the one that placed me there. He's going there by presidential appointing. So, official said the first obligation, it is not to me, it is to the presidency. So whatever I say, it is useless. And your local funds are internally generated funds, no. they all go to the district common fund. And they are called what they call local ministry. Now, then our localities will still continue being the same way. So, entire time, the local governance structure a bit more lucrative, and then it gives back power to the people. You shift away from all this. This year, I want to have money. Or to me, can't send me free because on himself, he is not responding to you. He has no obligation to answer to you. He is not accountable to you. He won't come to you to come and tell you that re-elect me. So the only person he is there to please is the presidency, to please the president and please the one that gave him that appointment. Finito. Yeah, police service, they are not running on meritocracy. The presidency has the power of dismissal. And to be here, they organ or say me can't be not president and get to pay. Me losing me. So they are all there worshiping the presidency. And state institutions are also independent to be able to drag whatever we are trying to structure as a democracy, even though now it is more flawed. They are all scared because the presidency has the power of dismissal. And to say, be a Shraj commissioner can be not president Jentuma. Or sorry, the next year, yeah, he would. Who got can't wait next year, presidency, Cotinafi, leave, go on leave. They will forcefully retire you, they will sack you. It's because they have that power to do that. But if we are able to take away that power of dismissal from the presidency now, then we'll be curing some of the headaches, and we should make some of the state institutions at least independent. Student politics, you see, Tescon and thing. You go to Nooks, Nooks president, the MPP, as secretary belongs to NDC. It's the same thing throughout. So even within this thing, youth level elections and student elections, they are roaming over there. They've taken every channel we have in this state to have a voice. So we need to know that we cannot continue sitting in our rooms and say, oh, Ghana being for the we need to know that there is power in a united voice. There is power in this. That is why the country remains, and you can't coincidentally say we don't want to throw any partisan lines. We are not friends with any political party because we know the harm they've done to these states. And we believe, it is time we have a non-partisan, true voice representing Ghanaians. You can't it is A for everyone. We are not going to change our stance on certain things. And I can't several times say, about the national influence plan, fix the country. We are not bargaining with anyone. We are not going to change it. We need and we want, and we know it's urgent that we need to have a plan because clearly, sure, you said Ghana, any direction, yeah. So I know I can't be or not cost free. That is why Minister to me surround up. I do not just say 17th November, I think December. Sorry, and I let her go online. Or see more beyond theater view. Knowing very well, say toll booths, because of how convenient they are, providing employment man in Sebi, they are not fully fit like us, or people that were living with disabilities. Provides correct employment for them because they don't have to move around. They just sit at one place and then they take the tools. You've rendered all those people now unemployed, and you've not created any other room for them to be employed again. So we are asking, is the government really thinking about Ghanaians? So they are just doing things that look like populists on the surface to just win votes. Do they really have Ghanaians at heart? And where drivers complain about Tobu to Mutia, I creating nuisance and now so Tobu to create traffic. They move towards a more advanced toll booth. UK now, US, they don't spend even 10 seconds at the toll booth because everything has been automated very, very well. You don't even see human beings over there. So they should be able to make things more streamlined and more convenient for us. So that when Ghanaians are, they will start saying, toll booths create traffic. Maybe toll booths a single lane. And now it's a major highway and it's still not a double road. And every day, I spent over 3 hours just to reach Central Business District of Accra. And as of my building with regards to development, we can't continue spending hours and hours in traffic every day. Time I bet me use it towards developing our state. We spend all of that in traffic. Man, sorry, before 5 a.m. Now me PF we see me Accra, me 5 years 6 a.m. Me Accra 9 a.m. It is 3 solid hours of time I bet me use to resourcefully, we're wasting now traffic more. So how do we continue developing our state when all the time we use to develop the state, we are spending now traffic more? Every day we come back, you spend about 4 hours in traffic just to go to work and come back home. Every day in Accra. And our leaders know it very well. But because on Roba, was siren, sending fear will Kumasi crowd, do Accra in 2 hours. or what me I call the thickest part of Accra from Kumasi to that place within 2 hours because Oba police for the name Ebisu Diechi Oba was so siren. There is no stop anyway, and they feel say Accra is choked. Omo feel say it is time for them to depopulate Accra. Or they don't feel say they have to shift attention to other regions. They don't feel all those because no Oba or now easy access or so sirens is wow Oba and that is what we are struggling with as a state. That we need to restructure things very well so that the development of these states will be a bit streamlined. I bet we will say 5 years time, Ghana Bejina, looking at our desktop, no try business. I mean, I don't even think say we have room to be doing any developmental projects. We are stuck with debts. We need to pay our debts.
The finance minister recently said Ghana is broke. I know the development be a free echo. The Speaker of Parliament, Agban Sumana Babin, and so Ako can say, the real Yetiano cry, no. Very soon, Crano will not be able to even pay a year workers in Ghana. Into the country, is broke. The Ghana was broke in 2019, and somewhere in the United Kingdom, I dreamt it to create the awareness to say, we spend so much money. We share one of the banking sector cleanup, A buy sika or this share monocrano was even more than sika and commit the Abuama Bank no creation and also. We share Yoma Bebrea, Aquas one. The expenditure of this government, Sanya Uka, a choir of first one was spending sikano is like say live to say the Arabian kings, like the Russian oligarchs, like to say the Duke of Venice, the merchant of Venice. And when you there is not going to be any development because one, the finance minister himself has come out to say Ghana is broke. Two, Agban Sumana Babin said we in the next 3 months, to your workers. Ben, when you want to see the minimum say, and go for the and come on.
I mean, can you
maybe John one more mama will find what can you know. The entire who Benjamin the Nimono. Me see Yemia Benjamin, the way I hear national security for any son no. And you know, freedom fighters fix the country for, especially fix the country. Your boys, Mranten and Maba away, the men, the leaders now, many sign because the knowledge is a bit too great. And didn't come the camera is so it was a show on the side. They say camera is so, but the mouse is here now. You cannot even see his face. Ben, to us, why?
Yeah. And to touch on the spending of government, we'll share your 2017 budget now. Government machinery almost spending at that year, yes, we kind of very well. It was 78 million Ghana cedis. Movie fast forward, at about 2022, our budget, government machinery see almost 783 million cedis. It's more than 10 times what they spent in 2017 within just 5 years. Just 5 years. And the government shows clearly say they've been able to raise their spending power to a certain degree. Yet me comprehend it. And also, Ghana because how can Germany, which is bigger than Ghana in terms of population, let me have a small number of ministers? Uber Ghana, your ministers agree too much. We share Ministry of Roads and Highways, ministers from Uganda. We don't see the policies they are bringing to even shape our roads better. We don't see what they are doing. And we feel that we have too many offices created in the name of government structure. It's very bad. And I was saying finding ways and means to stop it now. And maybe in the future, if we can have clearly defined rules and ministries, we won't have to duplicate ministries. And I said, there's so much duplicity of ministries in Ghana here. You look at Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Interior. There's another one, National Security. They are work mostly with the maybe interior more covering of things that happen within the states. But Ministry of National Security, Ministry of Defense, they are all working on security stuff. We have the police service, which is right under the executive. Can't we streamline everything to be more uniform? That we won't have to be electing ministers. They don't do anything because who come ministries now? There are directors there, and they are the ones who do the main work. So why don't we have to be having 3-4 ministers within one ministry? Why then should we be having that? It hasn't add up to me. It hasn't add up. We have so many things that are heavy issues. When it comes to education, Ghana, educational system, and yes, streamlined. And to me, I'm meeting me USS. Baba pushing me, so I'll see, hey, for University of Ghana, I see me, me foresee as any application to enter into a university outside. I'm here online right in Ghana here. So I had my reasons for saying that I won't go to school in Ghana because I lost faith in our education system, even passing through senior high school. Everything I learned in school became redundant after I was done with school. It's like chew and poor. There's nothing practical. I didn't learn anything that was knowledge enough for me to hold on if I'm even done with school. And so we need to restructure things very well. We need to shift focus from, I was saying, entropy paper to something that is a bit more practical, that can shape our state and help us develop. Make Ghana constitution. Who beside Ghana Libya said, because what can do? They don't even read it. Like the book itself is not even available. Not everyone has it. Constitution now correct to say lawyers are there. But what I know, they say, as a state that was gearing towards development, you can't live in a state where the citizens themselves don't even know what the law says. So why don't we start teaching our constitution right from primary school? Structure like how we do with the RME and the social studies and all those. You don't need to teach religion in schools to make your citizens morally upright. Ghana is very, very religious, but our leaders are all corrupt. So if you want a clear example, like the state say, religion is going to shape this country morally, it will be our leaders. And the point I need the opposite say, they go to church on Sundays, they go to the mosque on Fridays, they go and pray and pray and pray and pray. And on Monday, an opportunity to sign a corrupt deal. That is going to run the state into a pitch of debt. And they do all these things, and they say, we can't remove IME from our educational structure. So children need to know about religion. If you are teaching them religion and you are not seeing the implication of it, when they are leaders still, you tell them, God will forgive. Fama nyami, nyami betianika. Those things will not do anything. If you teach the law very well, a kid who is my age or a youth who is my age will know very well say, if someone breaks the law, I can report him here and there. That is why I say I'm able to start RTI requests. I'm able to file criminal cases because I know what the law says. And I've taken my time to read everything. That this is what our constitution says. Sometimes I go as far as reading acts of parliament, as if I have nothing doing. But I mean himself, knowledge is power. And knowledge now, you have so much power within your arms. Mean police need stop here. Missy, because mean himself police, inspector, you have no right to hold the driver's license. You have no right to tell the driver to give his key to you. And even with the inspector, he needs to take you to the police station now. Or trust statement, that the ID number to say, me inspector say this say, my sign way, me do license, me too. I see correct say, Uber now be file license. If it's impounding your vehicle, it needs to give you reasons as to why it's impounded. All those things are in our constitution. But because people do not know anything, almost stop it driving on there should not attempt or the car command. How is our police service going to be disciplined when they attend and say they are following due process? And they themselves, the people that they are trying to protect, do not even know what the constitution says. The Oliver case in the Bebukakra, Omuchi Oliver airport. Now we Oliver Kasa. I think that will be around 4:20. Momo effective arrest now around 5 p.m. Now Omubisa have been immediately be friend. Because them say any arrest because I know what constitutes a legal arrest. Now any arrest is just similar to kidnapping someone or abducting someone. That was in the case of Oliver. And see, as see, I'm driving Oliver from one point of the airport to another point of the airport. And I'm because of a few CSA, or access to his phone. Another point of the airport, and also for the same thing. He refused to have them enter into his phone. So that was the reason why they beat Oliver. And from 5 p.m., it took 5 solid hours, around 10 p.m. before they left Oliver at the Ashaiman police station. No reasons were given to him. Omo explain say now police found Muji Oliver now they didn't say anything. They didn't ask them that why you bring this person to us. What's the reasons for you bringing him here? They didn't tell Oliver why they were arresting him. It took over 25 hours before lawyers had access to Oliver, before his family got to know where he was. And in the process, Omuchi fix the country if you don't fight it. Omuchi 4 because Omuko station where demand said they want to see Oliver. And if they don't allow them to see Oliver, then they'll have to arrest them and add them to Oliver. So that was what happened on that said date. And so from Friday, it took from the Friday all the way till Saturday evening. And so now young baby Oliver after 25.
Ben.
Yeah,
so what you are telling me is that Oliver was beaten.
Yes,
when
beaten.
They abducted him from right from the airport.
The airport, yes.
Wow.
The military van escorting where they call Ashaman police station. You know, military van. See,
before
those are the
before do military call Ashaman police no. And go for at gunpoint no airborne.
Yes. No. And that was what happened with regards to Oliver the case, no. As Ghana Mranesi, we effective arrester within 48 hours, the person is supposed to appear before court.
So Obibi say, Mebao, Benjamin, I want to you're taking the time. Obibi say, why was he beaten?
Because he didn't allow them to enter into his phone. And Ghana Mramnu, you have the right to privacy and to right to own your own private devices or property. And they were flouting those kind of laws, And you have the full police service come and tell us, say, they followed due process. Due process was to beat someone, to deny the person access to legal counsel, to deny the person to inform his family, and then to even deny the person to justice, timely justice. To the point that it took them 65 hours to arraign Oliver before a court. When the law says very well, said within 48 hours. And even within the court, it was in front of a court of a lower jurisdiction now. The treason felony, an treason felony against someone now. It needs to be a case heard at either an high court or the Supreme Court. And even you need 3 judges to sit on the case. They flouted all those laws. We've not said anything because it's exposing whatever the police say. Who has a due process? And you yourself, you don't even know what the due process is. You don't know what the law says. And then you come and tell us that the police service, you are servicing us with integrity. And you believe in upholding the rule of law. And you treat people differently, especially. There's so many social comments fly over on social media. Obikra Kase say Nanado supporti LGBT. No one has arrested him, and he even used a full sentence. But because the Ghana is not a police state, or we don't do thought police, there needs to be some form of action. That is why the police have surveillance too, so you can monitor someone. The market women, can say, pass E-Levy now, they stated whatever they were going to do. Oliver then was within the legal context. Say, fix the country, any international law projects. Into agreement say E-Levy ni pass here, they will start a suit in Ghana here, or they will come to Ghana to come and help us start a legal suit against the E-Levy. So that is a huge coup. So because a coup, it doesn't mean I'm going to do coup d'etat. Who does coup d'etat and announces it on Facebook? So okay, no police service and you even had to abduct him so shamefully. A full force that will tell you say they know what our law says, do not even know how to respect the very laws that they are telling us that we should even respect. When it comes to issues that are surrounding certain people that are in power, the police tends to go back and forth. And sometimes police service had a bad past and now we are changing. Yeah, you've not changed. That is a plain truth. Because meaning say crime does not expire. Mami Tiwa down quite now, say, they 3 girls, they found them, they are alive. She lied to the whole state that they've been found. And today, so in Ghana, here, when those in power lie to us, they are elevated. And with that, we are down the pecking order. No? If you try to ruffle feathers or you try to question authority, then they bring the full force against you. Rebecca said, better than Russia and Ukraine. Any US, any Cuba, same. Say Russia and US the laws do not work. Say do Ukraine, Cuba, timer. Then the laws are working. Then UN will lose its voice. Libya, Asia, the laws and the UN have their voices. They don't know how to talk when the US is behaving. They don't know how to talk when the Russia is misbehaving. But if it comes to other countries that tend to go against the order now, then those who are bombing, the UN cannot say anything. They can't find their voices when they are bombing. It's the same thing in Ghana here. When our leaders flout the laws now, the state institutions do not work. They don't know how to work. They lose their voices. When it comes to the citizens now, then yes, you see the full rigors of the law. Can the Japan now you can say 120K to fly people here to come and vote? That goes against our laws. Who has invited him? He said it. He's gone scot-free. He's still working free. We've seen abroad peddling falsehood. Only by a chief staffer of presidential house. Say a presidential staffer that is paid 8 times this, not even up to 1,000 Ghana cedis. All the times that he was serving at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that was his salary. Not even a single month. Emani blew 1,000 Ghana cedis. I'm saying this not because Oliver has told me, but because I've seen enough evidence proving what I'm saying. And it's hard time you stop it, and I mean because you are the one that pays for food. If you are not work cost out here, even to listen to music, you pay. They have entertainment allowance, they have dressing allowance, they have traveling allowance. They use food for free. So if we are living in hell, I'll tell you the truth. Your leaders, it does not touch them. The money we pay them, I had to say we save in Sika. They don't use it because everything that they do, it is catered for by the state. After to teach any better this or call retirement once, or try the 30 years, ni salary, ni way retirement package, 25,000 cedis, 30,000 cedis, chicken change. They make sure say teaching profession they cry lucrative organ hano. 30 years of service. That is a retirement package you get. And you have an MP sitting in parliament who goes on retirement every 4 years. 4 years, either they re-elect him or they don't re-elect him or GS Gracia. And you have certain key figures or multi-parliamentary. They've taken that S Gracia more than 3 times. Talking about such aimers and boosts, the speaker himself is also one. So there are so many people they've taken that in several times. And when we are talking, they tell us we want suggestions from academia because Ghana may be a Jimmy. So when we are talking, they see it to be nonsense. So we can't say anything. They want to see professors. And those have been educated to the point that they are friends with them to be criticizing them because they also do not feel the pressure. They are form of critique, no, and they're as severe as ours. So they want to be hearing from their friends. Why are the money? Who can see a man, Madam Fo, the or no a professor Manibekasa, or man or multi TV show, no more my or more program. Then they say the things without going into details. They don't lash at them. You have so many issues of multi Ghana. And through one government, they find their voice. When another government comes, they lose their voices. You don't see them again. Now say me the last time I glow picture, I say I glow for Ghana to go and pray for Ghana. I don't see those things anymore. They've all lost their voices. They can't talk. They've kept quiet. They've gone mute because this is a different government. They don't talk against it.
Aglo, no, you see one more bumpire 8 year face the country, ni freedom fighters, say. Now, none of them against us, crowd. More bumpire 8 year. Aglo now, what can one say?
So those are some of the things I make. It's a whole lot. As a country, you have make us a Ghana, there's unemployment here. We are underpaid at our workplaces. Yeah, Juma, still more years here. But we are underpaid. We go to monthly salary, 400 Ghana cedis. We are looking for better solutions. We are not calling for minimum Ghana for consulting say National Cathedral. I don't know who was consulted, who said, oh, when you bring National Cathedral, Ghanaians will support it. We have better issues affecting and seriously. Our schools are looking like prison cages. Because this is not a standard school. There's nothing there. We have no facilities for developing talent. Nothing. It's true and poor. And here, we are going to look for secretary-like work. And see, there is no employment. But when you move, all those places will be moving to, who call UK, now call USA. When you enter into their schools, they have sports facilities, they have art centers, they have recreational facilities. Booming talent up. In Ghana, we don't have it. And so we now, like an agent. Even though he has a talent, we can't groom it. We have so many people, artisans, special people to craft or to mold their craftsmanship. Yeah, maybe. And we started everything now. I said, Obriko school now, Ghana, no science. I say, now we see bro I see wabong. That is what we use to measure intelligence in Ghana here. I see you should stop schooling. But it's not everyone that has that brain power. No? We have people who are very, very good with their hands. But it's something that can be done artistically now. They are very, very good. But we don't have the structures here. And we see our leaders going up and down. They are not worried. Still now, cheap compound. Me catch a episode of that cheap compound. Will you go? No, but you come and build that for you. Now, oh yeah, look at me kind of crowd say. Now I have signboard is here. Right in the pictures now title. I say Nisika. You do something for us and you be placing your pictures all over the thing as if you took the money out of your own pocket. Meanwhile, it's our own taxes. So you do that thing and you use it to score political points. Now the books are basically exercise books, full bid, and they'll put their pictures on it as if the money was coming from their own pockets. But you know very well, say, your mind is sick. So these are the things that Ghanaians, I expect us to be talking against and to raise our voice against. We can't continue. I say, we can't continue like that. And you can't say me this. Ghana first, and then your party can come in. We need to make sure, say, whatever we do as a state, it's supposed to benefit everyone and benefit the state before any kind of affiliations comes in. So Ghana, me also, because I hold no affiliations or any allegiance to any political party, and I don't care what happens to those political parties. They are the last thing on my mind right now. What I worry most about is say the Ghanaian state is rotten. Our state as a country is deteriorating. We are falling into a pitch of debt, and our leaders are seeing this, and they are not doing anything. Why are so many ministries? Me can't Ghana minister. Meanwhile, no call Switzerland. Switzerland almost 7 ministers. 7. And no crown they shuffle, and the 7 every year be about president, and they move through. Oh, Danny president, you still do your ministerial jobs because they are very, very young people. Near or Ukraine, you see their president is going up and down, doing live videos. I do think that thing was happening in Ghana here. Our octogenarian president can come and stand and going up and down. He's old. So that's like keep on saying.
Our hot.
Octogenarian. So when I got no 80, so he's that's very, very old. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we need people who are youthful and they have a lot of stake in the affairs of Ghana, not people who have lived their lives and they've gone beyond the retirement age to come and tell us that we are shaping the country. Whatever happens in Ghana, you catch your leaders that you have. It doesn't affect them.
Octogenarian, you'll be from 80 to 89 years, and you can octogenarian. And into now Benjamin octogenarian. The gentleman is making a lot of fantastic points. And Dr. Remaidia, Benny, to us.
And see, as a state, we need to have structures. Right into politics. Let me say it that way, politics. But we shouldn't be making the thing, say Ghana, even to run for MPship, to go and contest. CDD reports on you need so much money. To run for presidency in Ghana, you need so much money. And all those things creates a debt for the leaders themselves. Oba Ufio, 25 Ghana. Do you think that 25 Ghana is from his pocket? No. And to Oba power, Oba so best say Ghana, not this ask Kanu. Loans not to reach that status, and that is why we are having issues in Ghana here. So, as a citizen, you have a task and you have a job. You shouldn't let any MP or any politician buy your voice with money. I'm out 25 Ghana, need t-shirts. T-shirts and to the point say you call people are asking say your mom with t-shirts they won't come out. Who are all brand? Ghana say I have no. Come and complain. You want me to come and give you the shirt before you come out. And when you look at me as very young, do you think I have billions of money to come and spread to people? The only thing I'm saying is the state is deteriorating. So I'm coming to awaken your conscience for you to start talking. And we all need to join this. It's not like, I won't even say you need to change now or say when you fix the country. But you need to be able to find your voice and find a voice that talks with a non-partisan tone. So that will be a message I will say, and now we end this. And there one trick on me. Or papa, and this banana cassa, MVP. Or maybe banana cassa, NDC. See, Ghana force we be now more and yes, I had the same, and it'll be like, oh, NDC. Last me call, we said to Obizi Oliver, and this guy is a share. Even this MVP government come on and easy when it comes to Oliver. Who call the Facebook wall? Just go down to the time that the NDC was in charge of Ghana and read Oliver's post about the NDC. He was very, very critical of the NDC government, even an MVP government. So say we're losing morale, but he was more critical of that government, the past government, than this government. So let's put the facts where they are supposed to be like. And one guy says, no, we can't say, hey, we are NDC. We can't see your MVP. So we can't talk and talk for the state. Obi or can be our call in the favor of the state, or against your party. When they talk and it's favoring your party, then yes, they are for all. We need to get to the point, we are not aligning ourselves to any party affiliations who have the nationalistic pride and a sense of urgency. Ghana needs to see change now. I don't want to use say later. The best time to act is now. Ghana next 5 years, Ghana, it will be hell living here. Just look at the inflation rates and all those things. Look at them. We are growing in debt. And our leaders have no way of generating stuff, but then to come and tell us they need to tax our wallets. And their only way of generating revenue is tax. Though Omun can't say property tax. Because Omun say it's legal na mudia. So OBG property tax, they'll be paying millions of cedis to the state. And I don't even trust that they will even pay because they are friends with each other. They'll cut themselves deals and then they'll evade the taxes themselves and they won't even pay. But they only come to make sure that Ghanaians will suffer. They won't do anything to make themselves suffer. You're looking at cocoa board. Cocoa farmers here. Cocoa board leaders, SNIT pensioners are suffering. The SNIT board, the amount of money it takes, it's not small money. Yet the corona, as you yourself will see, government payroll, food. You can't create jobs. Yes. But we know for a fact that he was able to create a special office for his son at SNIT. He has the qualifications. We can't compare our legal certificate to someone who has attended Yale or someone who has gone to university outside. And to my position outside, they've gone to better schools, they've done, and they are impoverishing our schools here. To the point that look at what they are doing to our lecturers. They don't want to pay them. And the lecturers now so how does he have that passion and the relaxation and the comfort to teach you for you to understand? And he's not doing the work he's doing passionately. And it's going to reflect in the quality of citizens you have in your country. That is why Ghanaian workers do not have the requisite skills that employers will be needing. Because the lecturers will use those money to teach them very well. To the point that President Kachre said, it's not the teaching field that you join. So he wants to tell us indirectly, say, if you become a teacher, you are going to live like a pauper for the rest of your life. So how do you make the field lucrative for young Ghanaians to aspire that I want to become my lecturer when this president is telling him that if you want to have money, you shouldn't be a teacher? So you are making that side of the Ghanaian educational sector not lucrative enough for Ghanaians to be thronging or trying to go over there. So in that, Ghana, enter into political parties, come and join us. Let's do this state further. Let's make sure that we take their money more. Let's ransack the state, take everything, and leave them with nothing. And that's exactly what we are experiencing in these states now.
Joe, Benny, wait there. The crack, no, what is your message to the Ghanaian youth? I'm sure some people are asking, say, well, how old is our brother Benjamin? I mean, funny age into Ghana for money go up. I mean, the age to a Benjamin. We are preserving our brother because he is our future. These are the future of our generation. Ben, what is your final message for the Ghanaians? The hundreds of Ghanaians are almost here all over the world,
The American say Ghana has reached a state of urgency. The kind of massaging words I used to situation in down, then we massage it. We don't want to touch at the root causes, It's something that should be of the past. We should stop using words. Our leaders will feel like we are, let me say, lukewarm. Code. And at this point, it is not the point for us to remain cold or lukewarm. We've gotten to the stage where we should be boiling with anger because Ghana has started with so much promise. And I think last time, me release the document on my page on 24th February. That was when the coup was staged against Nkrumah's government in 1966. When you look at the achievements of Nkrumah from that point to when the coup hit Ghana now, And you look at the state of Ghana now, you realize, say, instead of progressing, we've retrogressed. We've come back very, 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 very fast. And it's something that has hurt our state beyond what we could have even imagined. But it is not beyond repair. We'll get to the point beyond repair, because then we're having so much debt that external countries will be having direct control over Ghana. And see, for Monday, no, I will urge everyone now, motion say, coming to court is not a bad thing. It is not a place our police but show. The court is open for public access. So everyone should throng and move in their numbers to our Shaiman District Court, and let's solidarize with our brother who tested the law, and he tested the rots in the system, especially our judiciary system, who call Oliver Pager. When it comes to coup d'etat itself, you see him speaking against it in full details. Even military presence in the midst of civilians in the crowd. Okasa said, we shouldn't even be seeing the military in our midst. To even talk of even supporting coup d'etat. He is no one that is close to even doing any coup or anything of that sort. And he is not someone who is a fan of the military or is a fan of army work. Because on him say, Ghana, BBC, army niba, it is not to come and preserve or to conserve or to secure Ghanaians. They come in to come and oppress and suppress our voices. And that is the main reason why it doesn't really support the army, because we've seen beyond measure. Say, each time Ghanaians are agitating, they release the army on us, or they release the security forces on us. And they do so much damage that Ghanaians go back home and they'll be like, defending Ghana from external and internal attack. Our leaders are attacking us and they're attacking our future. And Ghanaians are reacting. They will come and beat us. So Ghanaians go home and they decide not to talk. Those were the things that Oliver was exposing. And the fact is that police were to make Gina TV to catch and say, we are following due process. But in actual truth, they don't respect all those things that they are telling us. Even the police, they don't even know it. To the point that me filing criminal complaints last year, I was CID headquarters. Me called them 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm going to say criminal complaints in Ira. It's not in their documents. Yes, Ira. It's not in their dockets. It's not in their files. Anyway, meanwhile, I cry receipt on my phone. So, me try a picture of the latest receipt. I send it through postal service. I have the receipt with me. Someone signed here. I take receipts of the letter, and they have it with them. So now, you can't say for Ira. Me a resubmission. And my police ni baako. I can't hear me say the people on that report. The case I'm bringing to the CID, is the reason why no one at the police headquarters wants to touch it. And because it contains the name of the president and the vice presidency, you don't want to touch the issue. So that is where we've gotten to. And the president, Elko against the law now, even our security forces cannot touch him. They can't investigate him. They can't do anything. And this is the constitution we are using. A constitution that tells us that when you do coup and it's successful, it is legal.